starting to connect to the breath, finding the seat that is most comfortable for you. So I find that I like to sit cross-legged. I am also on a pillow. If you'd like to put legs out, sometimes that can decrease some of the tension in the low back. Just find whatever works for you. And start to notice the breath, not changing the breath, but just noticing the breath. Noticing the sensation of the inhale as the air comes through the nostrils, and noticing the sensation of the exhale as it leaves the nostrils. Feel comfortable and free to shut down the eyes if that works for you. Allow the shoulders to be down and back and relax, finding that length through the spine. And breathing that beautiful full yogic breath. Inhaling and exhaling. So I'm going to invite you to take a moment to just put your one hand, your left hand, right hand, whatever, on your belly, and then your left or right hand on your chest. So as you inhale, you'll notice that the belly lifts, and then eventually, if you're breathing deeply enough, you'll feel the inhale in the chest. And then as you exhale, let all that air out. You'll release through the chest and out through the belly, letting all that stale air out. And then inhaling again. And exhaling. And just allow your breath to just be the length that is natural for you. The breath's length is a little bit longer as we notice it, and extend the breath. Just really connecting to the breath. The breath allows you to be grounded, be focused, and be in the moment. And we'll just take one more breath in the seated position. At this time, if you feel that you would like to, you can set an intention for your practice. Maybe it's just that you are intending to just show up. Allow everything to fall away from your day. Allow your to-do list to stay in a different room, out of your mind. And then we're just going to give the shoulders a nice roll backwards, really warming up, bringing some motion through those shoulder joints. Really nice slow motion. So just really feeling that you're opening up through the chest, kind of pulling those shoulder blades back behind you. Inhaling to lift up and exhaling, allowing those shoulders to come back. Allowing the breath to sort of dictate the flow, always knowing that you go at your pace. And we'll do one more here, inhaling and exhaling. Then just allow those shoulders to be in a nice natural neutral position. We're going to allow the neck to tilt to the left, stretching through the right side of that body. I invite you, if you'd like to, modify a little bit, make that a variation, bring those fingers out, pointing towards the left side of your body, the right side of your body, sorry. Your head is going to the left, your right hand is extended. If that's too intense, just allow the hand to stay at the side. Taking a few breaths here. Just bring a nice stretch into that side of the neck and down in through the shoulder. On the next inhale, lifting that head and allow it fall to the right this time. Extend that left arm out if that's comfortable. If not, just allow it sit at the side. This should feel nice, a nice edge, a little bit of a stretch, no tightness or tension. Just allow your head to almost feel like a weight falling towards that right side of the body. And continuing to find the length in that breath. Nice, beautiful yogic breaths. Inhale and exhale. And we'll take one more breath here. And then allow that head to come back up. So this time we're just going to inhale, bringing arms above our head, stretching those arms up, and then allow those shoulders to come down a bit. Bring your right arm down, and the left arm is going to come over and stretch. Stretching into that left side of the body. Just being aware that that shoulder is not rolling forward. You want to be really open through the heart. So sending that shoulder back. I'm just breathing, and then just finding wherever's most comfortable for you to move that right hand over more, stretching more. Move it out down the mat a bit, or just staying right here. Allow the pose to form to your body. And then again, just allowing the eyes to shut if that feels comfortable. It just allows you to be focused and allows you to turn more inward. And on the next inhale, lifting that left arm up, bringing the right beside you, and then just bringing the hands to the side. Let the shoulders relax. Inhaling, bringing arms back up. And then we're going to lean to the left this time. Left hand comes down, right arm stretches over. Being aware of that shoulder, that it's staying back. I'm going to shine out through that heart and find where's comfortable for that left hand to be. If it's right beside you, that's fantastic. If it's out a little bit further, you want to find a little bit of a deeper stretch in that right side of the body. Please do so. Listen to what feels good for you. And just continue to breathe. Nice, slow, deep breaths. One more breath here. Inhale, exhale breath. And then on the next inhale, bringing that right arm back up, bringing your hands back down to the side. Allow those shoulders to stay nice and loose. Maybe even giving them another roll. Beautiful. So we're just going to do a twist. So just opening up and bringing some movement to the spine. So we've done the spine in this direction, Now we're going to twist. So just finding length through the spine, imagining that there's a nice string pulling your head up. Allow those shoulders to relax. And then we're just going to bring our left hand to our right knee and then bring length again through that spine and then turning, looking over that right shoulder, and the right hand is going to come back behind you. Just leaning, placed on your mat gently. And you're going to be looking over that right shoulder, just to wherever feels good for your neck. You don't want to crane it too much. You want to just feel a nice stretch. This also is a beautiful way to massage those internal organs. Just continue to breathe. As you inhale, you might find yourself sitting a little bit taller. As you exhale, maybe you're coming a little bit deeper into that twist. Taking one more breath here. And then on the next inhale, just releasing through, coming back to center. We give those shoulders another nice gentle roll. And then we're going to do that on the opposite side. So now the right hand is coming to the left knee. Going to find length through that spine. So you really want a nice tall spine. And then as you twist, bringing that left hand behind you, looking over that left shoulder. Inhaling to find that length through the spine. And as you exhale again, maybe going a little bit deeper into that twist. Again, making sure that you're noticing how it feels in your body. Make sure that it feels nice and juicy, a nice stretch. There shouldn't be any pain. And just releasing that pain or tension if you feel any. Allow the shoulders to stay nice and relaxed. Continuing to breathe. Inhaling to find length. Again, exhaling maybe a little bit deeper in that twist. We'll take one more breath here. And then on your next inhale, just coming back through center. So we're just going to place our hands on the top of our thighs, close to our knees. We're going to do some seated cat and cow. So if you're not familiar with cat and cow, I'm just going to turn this way so you can see me. So you're going to do cat first. So almost as if you're rounding your back like a Halloween cat. So you're going to tip the chin towards the chest, opening up through the the upper top of the back, and just curl into a cat stretch. And then as you inhale, you're going to come up, looking up. The spine may curve a little bit. Allow that chin to come up, coming into cow. So inhaling, and then exhale through to cat. So just bringing some more nice, gentle movements into the spine. Inhaling through cow. And then exhaling through cat. Allowing your breath to just dictate the flow of each movement. You may be going slower than me or faster than me, and that's okay. Breathing in as we come up into cow, looking up, letting the shoulders fall back, slight back bend almost. And then as we exhale, coming into cat. We'll just do a few more here. And just one more from wherever you are. And then just coming back to that neutral spine. So I'm just going to turn back this way so you can see me. We're just going to do some hip circles. So that basically just means you can keep your hands on your legs or you can put them at the side, and you're just going to move like this in one direction. So you're kind of making a circle, almost as if you're drawing a circle on the ceiling with your head. Just allow that nice gentle movement. Opens up the hips a little bit. Inhaling and exhaling as you're circling through. Allowing the eyes to shut down again if that feels most comfortable. And we'll just do one more circle going in this direction. And then we'll just come back to stillness, and then we're going to go in the opposite direction. So doing those circles again. Seated torso circles. Really just warming up that body. Moving in through the joints. One more circle here. And then just coming to stillness. Great, so we're gonna come up onto our hands and knees onto a tabletop. So just find what's comfortable, noticing that your knees are stacked under your hips, your arms, your wrists are stacked under your elbows. You can move your hands out a little bit so they're not quite shoulder width apart. They might be a little bit wider. That might help with stability. Turn the hands out if that's comfortable. If you need to, you can come up on your knuckles if that's hard for your wrists. Or other option is to come down onto your forearms like this. So just find where you're feeling comfortable in the pose. This is tabletop, so we're just gonna set up here. So again, find what pose feels good for your body, allowing the tops of those feet to sort of sink down onto the mat as we're doing this. So we're gonna do some cat and cow, but this is a tabletop cat and cow. So as we inhale, we're gonna allow the belly to fall and tip the tailbone up and look up. The chin's gonna come up, eyes almost gaze to the ceiling, inhaling. Nice deep breath, and then as we exhale, we're rounding back through the spine, opening up through the shoulder blades, the chin tips towards the chest, and the tailbone tucks. Exhaling all that stale air out. And then as we inhale, coming back through cow. Nice, beautiful, slow, deep yoga breaths. Exhaling through cat, sorry. Almost like a Halloween cat. Inhaling. And then just allow your breath again to dictate how you flow. Always inhaling as we lift our head. And then exhaling as we cat, round that spine. If you find yourself or your mind wandering, thinking about the things you need to do when you're done your practice, just acknowledge your thoughts and then allow them to leave and come back to the breath. Maybe pick a spot that you want to notice where the breath is flowing, and that can help you to come back to mindfulness. And just do one more from wherever you are. One more inhale, exhale breath. And then we're going to come back to our tabletop. So maybe just come up onto your knees, give your wrists a bit of a twist one way and then the other. If you had your hands flat, sometimes your wrists can get a bit tight. So we're just going to do that. And then we're going to come back to our tabletop. Again, just allowing those knees to be below the hips, arms wherever's comfortable. So they want to be under the shoulders, but they can be a bit wider than under the shoulders. Just for that stability, find what feels stable for you. And then as we inhale, we're going to extend the left leg out. So the left leg is going to come right out. The foot is flexed, so you're sending out that energy through the heel. Bring in the belly, almost maybe even for some stability as you inhale and exhale. Allow your gaze to be between those two hands, or you can shut down the eyes, whatever feels most comfortable. And then exhale, bring that leg down, bring it back underneath that hip. And then as you inhale, bringing that right leg up this time again. Extending that leg, the heel goes out, sending out that energy through the heel, straightening. This is a nice stretch through the back of the leg. It also works a little bit of the front of the leg as well. Exhale, release that leg, and then we'll inhale again. Left leg comes up, continuing to stay with the breath. It's a little bit challenging maybe for the arms. If you feel like it is, you can just always come down onto your forearms. Always find an option that works for you. You want to enjoy the practice, not feel like it's work. Inhale, come back and bring the right leg up this time. One more breath holding the right leg and come back down. So we're just going to bring our toes together, bring our knees about mat width apart, if that's comfortable, and then just extend the arms out in front of you, coming down into child's pose. Allow the forehead to come down onto the mat. And just surrender for a minute or two, breathing. Nice, slow inhales and exhales. We'll take one more breath here. And then we're just going to slowly walk those hands back towards our knees. Bring our knees back together. And then this time we are going to come down onto those forearms. So you're going to find stability. You can either clasp the hands together, or you can put the hands down on the mat for some stability. And then we're going to just slowly curl the toes under and then come up into puppy pose, or dolphin, sorry. So just allow those legs. You might want to maybe bend one knee and then the next, allowing those legs to pedal out. And then exhale, bring those knees down. Take a breath here. And then this time we're going to bring our hands up. We're going to find our fingers spread wide. Those arms are straight this time. And then curling the toes under again, we're going to send those hips up, coming into down dog. So again, just maybe pedaling those legs. So bending one knee and then the other, walking the dog. Allow the head to hang. And then when you're comfortable, just take a breath or two in down dog. And then I'm just going to invite you to walk your hands towards your feet towards your hands until you're in a forward fold. So you're hinged at the hips, your head is hanging, your hands can be placed wherever's comfortable. So you might reach your calves, you might be able to touch your mat. Just notice whatever feels comfortable. If you need to, you can bring a slight bend in the knees. Or if you want a little bit more of a stretch through the low back of the back of your legs, allow those to be straight. And just take a breath here. And then we're going to bend those knees and come up to a standing position, coming to our mountain position, our mountain pose. So you just want to find a nice comfortable grounding. So ground down into those feet. So big toe, baby toe, heel, grounding into the mat, imagining that you're creating those roots. Allow your shoulders to be relaxed. Allow your chin to tip a little bit so that you have a nice neutral spine and that string is pulling you up so it's nice and straight. Your feet can be hip width apart or slightly more. Again, whatever feels right for your stability. And just take a breath or two here, just grounding down, noticing where there may not be tightness or tension that there was when we first started. And just taking some nice, slow, deep breaths, shutting down the eyes if that feels comfortable. And then on our next inhale, we're going to lift arms up above our head. Imagining that we're holding a ball in between those hands. Just allow the shoulders to release down. Breathing here. And then on the next inhale, lifting, finding length. And as you exhale, fall to the right. Again, being aware that that left shoulder is not rolling in. Want to shine out through the heart. And continuing to find nice, slow, deep breaths. Inhaling, we'll come back up to center. And then as we exhale, we're going to fall to the left this time. Again, making sure that right arm, the shoulder doesn't roll forward. Shutting down the eyes if that's comfortable. And just noticing and being aware of the breath. Noticing where you feel this pose. Noticing the nice stretch in the side body. And then inhale, come back to center. We're going to open up those hands and look up, looking up in between your hands, and you'll come into a slight back bend. Again, the shoulders want to be nice and relaxed. And breathing. On our next inhale, coming back to mountain. So I'm going to invite you to bring your legs out about maybe a full leg apart. And we're going to do some goddess. So you're just going to bring those legs and point those toes out. So they are going to go to the corners of your mat. And then just find that tall spine. And then we're going to come into a squat and bring those arms to kind of like a goal post position. And this is goddess pose. Continuing to breathe through the pose. If you're feeling that it's a bit of tightness or soreness or tension on your knees, you can always come up a little bit more. Listen to what feels good for your body in this moment. Remembering that what you're able to do today will be different from what you can do tomorrow. Every day looks different. Shutting down the eyes if that feels comfortable. And then inhale, we'll stand up, shake those legs out a little bit, just a little. And then we're going to come back down into the goddess legs. We're going to bring our hands onto our thighs and then just bring the left shoulder towards the right knee. Stretching through that left side. Inhale, come back to center. Straighten the legs if that feels comfortable. And then come back down and then come into the opposite side. So bringing that right shoulder towards the left knee. So a really good pose for opening up through those inner thighs. It's really stretching out in the glutes. Inhale, come back up to goddess and then straighten those legs if that's comfortable. Roll the shoulders and take a nice slow deep breath here. So we'll do that one more time. So we're just going to bend those knees again and then bring that left shoulder to the right knee. Breathing. Nice slow deep breaths. And then inhale, come back to goddess and then come back to standing, straightening those legs. And then we'll come back down into our partial goddess and come over the opposite way. So the right shoulder's going towards the left knee this time. This is revolved goddess pose. One more breath here. And then coming back up and coming right back to standing. Then we'll just bring those legs back in. Coming to a nice mountain pose, just feeling the effects. Feel the effects of those poses in your legs, maybe a little bit in the thighs, the buttocks, and just take a breath in mountain. Just grounding down again, mountain, just grounding in through those feet, finding where you want to place your feet, hip width apart, closer, further, whatever feels most comfortable. Allow those hands to just kind of almost going down, pulling down towards the mat. So really allowing those shoulders to relax. One more breath. Beautiful. So then we're just going to do one balancing pose. We're going to come into tree. This is usually my favorite pose, so I do it quite regularly. So we're going to ground in through the 1 foot first. So finding your roots through that right leg and allow maybe a bit of a micro bend in the right knee. And then you're going to turn out that left knee so that it's pointing out sort of towards the corner of your mat. And then choose where you want your foot to come. So it can come here, kickstand, near the ankle, or the calf. And then if you would like to, you can bring it up to your thigh. I stay at the calf, but just making sure that if you are bringing it up to the inner thigh, that it's not sitting on the knee. Don't want that to be your foot to be on your joint. So again, just find that balance wherever you feel most balanced. And then you're going to find that focal point, that drishti, something that's not moving. And then when you feel balanced, bring hands to heart center, allowing those hands to connect to your heart, just sending yourself a little bit of love. And then if you're comfortable, you can bring your hands up. Coming into tree pose, knowing that trees sway, especially in the breeze. So it's perfectly fine for you to be swaying a little bit. It's perfectly natural. And just breathe. Really grounding down through that foot that's on the mat. And take one more breath here. And then we're going to bring that left leg in, so pointing forward, and release that foot onto the mat. So maybe lift that right leg and give the ankle a bit of a turn one way and then the other, because we're going to now balance on the opposite leg. So just finding that root, those grounding roots through that left leg this time. Turning the right leg out. And again, you just want to imagine that it's going towards the corner of your mat and find where it's comfortable. So kickstand here to the thigh or up on the calf, or on the calf or on the thigh if that feels more comfortable. Just finding that focal point, that drishti, something that's not moving. And then bringing those hands again to heart center, sending that love, a nice slow breath of love. And then inviting you to, if it's in your practice and if you're comfortable, to bring the arms up. Knowing that this is okay to stay here, hands on hips, hands down the side. Trees look different, and we will look different in tree. So do what feels best. Honoring you and your body and your practice is the most important thing when you're doing yoga. It's nice to be able to just be inward and focus on what your body can do. We tend to have our mind going all the time with comparisons, our comparisons with each other, with ourselves and what we should be doing. Just let all that go. And know that your body is perfect just the way it is. You are perfect just the way you are. You are the best version of you. One more nice, slow, deep breath. Bringing the hands back to heart center, the leg comes in and we'll shake those legs out. So I'm just going to invite you to come right down onto the mat. And we're going to extend out the right leg first. Bringing the left leg in, so the left foot is hugging into the right thigh. We're going to inhale and sit nice and straight and tall. Exhale all that stale air out, and then just turn towards that right leg. Inhale to bring the arms up. And then as you exhale, you're just going to hinge at the hips, allowing yourself to lead with the heart, but we're not going to curl over. You want to have that nice straight back, and then just find where the hands fall comfortably. So if you want to put them on your calf, that's fine, or your shin. If you want to have them at the side of the mat, that's also good. You can flex the foot, pointing the toes towards your body. That will bring a nice deep stretch in that back of the leg. Or you can point the toes and just allow it to be a nice gentle stretch. Do what works best for you, and then just inhale and exhale. Allowing the eyes to shut down if that feels comfortable. Stretching out through that back of the right leg, but you might also feel a little bit of a stretch in that left hip, which is also good and also okay. We are stretching that way, so this is going to get a bit of a stretch because you're moving away from that side of the body. Nice inhale, exhales. Every exhale, exhaling all that stale air, allowing everything to leave the body, letting go. And then we're just going to slowly walk our hands back up, coming back up to a straight back. And then we're going to do that on the opposite side. So extending that left leg out this time, the right leg's going to come in. So that right foot is tucked into that left thigh. Finding what feels comfortable, toes pointed, toes pulled back towards you, extended. Inhale to find length, allowing the shoulders to relax. And then turn your body towards that leg. As you inhale, bringing the arms up above, and then exhale, slowly allow yourself to fold forward. Again, finding that straight back, you want to have almost a line from the top of your head to the tip of your tailbone. You can find something just above those toes to gaze at, or I invite you to shut down the eyes as well, allowing you to internally feel how the poses feel in your body. Breathing, inhale, exhale breath. Nice stretch, even a little bit in to the inner thigh as well. I'll take one more nice, slow, deep breath here. And then I invite you to just walk your hands back from wherever they are, coming back to a seated position. We're going to bring those bottoms of our feet together, allowing the legs to fall open, coming into bound angle, Baddha Konasana. And just allowing those legs to relax. So coming and stretching in through the inner thigh. Find length as we inhale, coming to a nice straight back. Allow those hands to be comfortably rested on the legs. And inhale slowly and exhale slowly. Shutting down the eyes if that feels comfortable. On our next inhale, we're just going to bring our hands and allow them to guide our knees up. And we'll just come down onto our backs. So bending the knees, slowly rolling back onto the mat. one vertebrae at a time, allowing yourself to just notice where your body is connected to the mat. And then we're just going to extend those legs out. So straighten the legs. And then we're just going to do banana pose. So you're going to turn and move your legs towards the right side of your mat. And then bring your arms up above your head straight, and then curve them to the right side of your mat. Almost like your body is shaping into a C, but also in the shape of a banana. So it's similar to what we did when we were standing, except our legs are over to the one side as well. Stretching through that one side of the body. And breathing. Then we're going to walk those legs back to the center of our mat, bring our rest of our body to the center of the mat. Stretch out those arms, almost as if somebody's holding your wrists and pulling you from one side of the room, and then somebody's got your ankles and pulling you from the other side of the room. Really stretching out those limbs, maybe stretching your fingers, pointing your toes. And then just release all that and allow everything to come back down to the mat. Then we're just going to do banana on the opposite side. So send those legs to the left side of the mat, both legs together, and then curve your head and your arms to the left side of the mat as well. Making your body into the shape of a banana, the letter C, banana pose. Nice stretch through the right side of the body this time with your legs to the left of the mat. And continue to find length through the breath. We'll take one more breath here. And then just bringing your head back to the center of the mat, your feet, so your body's all in one line, and you're gonna just extend those arms up again, pointing those arms, those fingers towards one side of the room, pointing your toes to the other side, and imagining somebody's pulling you, stretching you, making you taller. And breathe. One more breath here. And then just relax everything. Bringing those hands to the side of your body. We're going to bring those knees and bed them. So we're going to place one foot and then the other foot on the mat. And then I'm going to invite you to cross your right leg over your left. So your right ankle will sit on the top of almost on the top of your left knee. And then as you inhale, we'll bring those legs in. So this is called either figure four, or it can be thread the needle. If you want to, you can always grab that left thigh to pull those legs in a little bit closer. You can also have your hands down on the mat if this is enough of a stretch. This is a really nice stretch for that right hip flexor. Your hip flexors get quite tight when we sit for long periods of time. This is a good stretch to really bring some movement and stretch and bring some up, take some of that tightness away from that hip flexor. And just breathing. One more breath in this stretch. And then we're going to leave the legs here and let them fall to the left side. So it would be almost as if the right foot is going to come down onto the ground. So keeping the legs up and then just come to the side, twisting almost. And then bring those arms out so you can make those arms the shape of a T. And then turning your head in the opposite direction that your legs are going. Nice, nice twist again in the spine. Breathing slowly, inhales and exhales. And then on your next inhale, just lifting those legs back up. So they'll still be in this position. Like I said, the figure 4, your legs are up. Allow that left leg to come down, placing the foot on the mat. Uncross that right leg and allow it to come down to the mat too. And we can just do some windshield wipers. So allowing the legs to fall to the right while their feet are placed on the mat, and then they're going to fall to the left and then back to the right. Just removing a bit of the tightness or tension in the low back. And then we're just going to come to stillness when your knees are straight up, and then we're going to cross that left leg over the right. So the left ankle is sitting on the right knee, top of the thigh, and then as you inhale, bringing those legs in. And again, you can grab that right thigh if that's available, or you can just allow your hands to be at the side of the mat on either side of you. Feeling this into the left hip flexor this time. Nice, beautiful stretch. And just breathe. Allow the head, the shoulders, the arms, if they're by your side, to sink into the mat, connected to the earth. Continuing to find those nice, deep yogic breaths. And we'll take one more breath here. And then we're going to allow those legs to fall to the opposite side. So the left leg, left foot might hit the ground, and you're going to twist, looking over that left shoulder. So your legs are on your right side of the body and you're looking towards the left. Find your arms in a T position if that's comfortable. Nice twist for the spine again. Nice, slow, deep breaths. We'll take one more breath here. Inhale, exhale. And then as we inhale, we'll come back up to center, allowing both of those feet to place on the mat, knees still bent, and just doing that windshield wiper again. So knees, legs fall to the right and then to the left. And then we're just going to come to stillness. Those knees still bent, hugging one knee into chest, Hugging the other knee into your chest and just giving yourself a nice, gentle hug. You can even maybe rock back and forth to massage the low back, whatever feels most comfortable. Doing some maybe circles with your ankles. Maybe move your head from side to side. Taking another breath here. And then we're just going to allow the left foot to place on the mat. Allow the right foot to place on the mat. And then slide that left leg out straight. Slide that right leg out straight. And we're just going to set ourselves up for our Shavasana, our final pose. So sometimes if you feel a little bit of tightness or discomfort in the low back, it's a nice idea to put a pillow underneath your knees. I also like to bend my knees sometimes in this pose. Some people also like a pillow or something underneath their neck. So do a few of those adjustments as needed if that's something that you're feeling your body needs. And then we're just gonna slowly start to notice our toes. And I'll relax our toes. Allow your toes to relax. Allow your calves, your shins to relax. Allow your knees to relax. Allow your upper legs to relax. Allow them to sink down into the mat. Allow your hips, your pelvis and belly to relax. Allow your low back, your upper back to relax, your chest to relax. Allow your shoulders to relax, your arms to relax. Allow your hands to relax. Your fingers may curl. Find what feels comfortable. Allow your neck to relax. Allow the shoulders to sink down into the mat. Allow the back of your head to relax, your throat to relax. Allow your jaw, your cheeks to relax. Allow your nose to relax. Allow your eyes to sink into the eye sockets. Allow your brow to relax, your forehead to relax and release the creases. Allow the top of your head to relax, the back of your head to relax. Allow your whole body to relax. Your whole body to relax. Release, relax, Shavasana. I'm going to invite you to slowly start to bring awareness back to your body. Starting to bring some movement to fingers and toes. Maybe moving your head from side to side. Just bringing your body back to the space, to the room, to this moment. And then when you're ready and in your own time, I invite you to curl over onto one side, taking a moment here to just allow all that you've done for your body to sink in. Taking some nice, slow, deep breaths. Remembering that gratitude unlocks the fullness of life. It turns what we have into enough and more. It can turn a meal into a feast, a house into a home, a stranger into a friend. Gratitude makes sense of our past, brings peace for today, and creates a vision for tomorrow. At this time, I invite you to slowly, gently, and with compassion, make your way up into a comfortable seated position. That may be cross-legged, that may be with your legs out, whatever feels the most comfortable in your body at this moment. And we'll just take another few breaths here. And then I invite you to just bring your hands together, placing them to heart center, bowing your head. I thank you for joining me for your practice this evening. I am grateful and send gratitude out to you, and the light in me acknowledges the light in you. Thank you for joining me.